Enjoy Manx Radio on air and online via manxradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and via our Manx Radio apps. Manx Radio's coverage of the Manx Music Festival is brought to you by Spectrum Windows. Find them on Facebook, spectrumwindows.im or spectrumwarmroofs.im.
Fastamai, and a very good evening to you. It's Judith here, welcoming you to Today at the Guild. And our first piece of music tonight just is what the spirit of the Guild is all about. In St Thomas's Church on Sunday night, we had the advanced organ competition and we had John Riley competing along with Nicholas Roberts and Gareth Moore. Just a matter of hours later, Gareth Moore and John Riley are sitting together at a piano on the stage in the Royal Hall, taking part together in the piano duet class. Let's start this coverage of Today at the Guild with John and Gareth, part of their class-winning performance, a little bit of ragtime, courtesy of Scott Joplin. Well, that was a great way to start the programme, wasn't it? John Riley and Gareth Moore, they won the piano duet class, and that was just part of the programme. It was one of those own choice classes, and the other piece is Spread a Little Happiness, and I promise you that we will include that. If we can't manage to play it tonight, it will be in one of our next programmes as the week unfolds, because it's a lovely arrangement of it. And it does exactly what the title says, Spread a Little Happiness. Now, let's just catch up on a few results from the piano classes that these were in the Promenade Suite on Monday night, last night. Do you know, it's funny, you only got to be in the villa for a few days and it's just like we're in a different time frame. We have to keep reminding each other, what day is it really, you know? I think secretly we just want it not to go over too quickly. So that was the first class last evening in the Promenade Suite. Then we had a piano accompaniment class, and this is where the competitors are required to bring along their own soloist and perform a piece for which the quality of the accompaniment will be judged. And we had a first place here for Jonathan King. And then a piano class from memory, and this is for ages 16 to 18. And Jack McLean took a first place here. And Jack is such an accomplished young musician. He can play so many different instruments. I've seen Jack on a number of occasions in recent years, and he never seems to be playing the same musical instrument twice. He's a young man with a great promise, of course, comes from a very musical family. And we'll hear Jack's winning performance just a little bit later in the programme. Piano, and again, another piano class from memory, but this is for adult players. And unfortunately, the competitor there withdrew, so we didn't have a competition in that case. But we finished the evening in the Promenade Suite yesterday with a first place for Joe Callister, and that was in the piano solo class for 16-year-olds and over. Now, we had a complete variety show on offer in the Royal Hall last night. While the piano classes were in the prom, upstairs in the Royal Hall, there were about 7 or 8 different classes, and it was like a big variety concert. This is just one of the winning performances. And if you listen to Ruth Shimmin on her breakfast show and on a Sunday morning, on Sunday Daybreak, you might have heard her mentioning that she was taking part in the Guild. And I had to smile when I heard her say, you know, months and months ago, it seemed like a really good idea. But she said, as the time has got nearer, she said, I'm just wondering whether it is quite such a good idea. Well, it was. Ruth was 1/3 of the 3 moaners, accompanied by Jennifer Bird. They won their class, and here they are to sing for you now.
It don't mean a thing, all you got to do is sing. It makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Just give that rhythm everything you've got. No, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. What good is melody? What good is music if it ain't possessing something sweet? It ain't the melody, it ain't the music. There's something else that makes the tune complete. It makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. If it's sweet or hot, just give that rhythm everything you got. No, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Ain't got that swing. Ain't got that swing. Swing. Swing, 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 swing. It don't mean a thing. 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 It makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Just give that rhythm everything you've got. No, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
Wasn't that great? And if you thought, oh, was that a bit of background noise? No, it wasn't. There was quite a bit of dancing involved in that production. It was the three moaners, including Ruth Shimon, and the accompanist was Jennifer Bird. And they won the Any Voice Trio last night in the Royal Hall. And lots more fine performances from the group of competitions that I'll be playing for you as the hour unfolds. So, something else that I want to play for you now, and this is a welcome visitor to the island, and we're all very familiar with the Qualtrough family, with Sarah and Terry Qualtrough, who sing beautifully and just already had very successful competitions, both of them, both Terry and his daughter Sarah, and ably supported always by Terry's wife Jill. And we're always very pleased to welcome Terry's brother John Qualtrough and his wife Una, who come over from Cheltenham and take part in the Guild. And this has happened again this year. Delighted to see John in the leader class. And this was yet another competition from yesterday. Now, the leader class attracts all our very well-known singers. If I were to look down the list of 20-odd people who've taken part in this yesterday, there would be so many names there that you would recognise. And obviously there is an award for the overall winner, but there are also individual awards for the best voice type within the competition. It's an own choice, a leader song that may be sung in English or in German. And as we're going to hear, John Qualtrough, who won the class, chose to sing in German. But he gives the most delightful introduction to the song. But before we listen to John, can I just tell you that Harry Galbraith got the award for the best bass voice in this class. Ernie Thorne was the best tenor. Sarah Shimon, the best soprano. And Linda Corkish, the best mezzo, and the overall second. But it was John Qualtrough who won the top prize in this leader class. The singers have to take the official accompanist, who in this case is Madeleine Kelly, and here to introduce the song and to sing it for you is John Qualtrough.
So, wie bist du, meine Königin? How can I describe you, my queen, my sweetheart? Through soft goodness, you are wonderful. Wonderful in every way. Wie bist du, meine Königin, durch sanfte Güte wonnevoll, du lächle nur, wenn stifte Wind durch mein Gemüte. Wonnevoll, wonnevoll. Frisch aufgeblühte Rosenglanz vergleich ich ihm dem deinigen. Ach, über alles, was da blüht, ist deine Blüte. Wonnevoll, wonnevoll. Durch tote Wüsten wandle hin und grüne Schatten breiten sich. O fürchterliche Spiele dort, ohne Ende brüten. Wonnevoll, wonnevoll. lass mich vergehen in deinem Arm. Es ist in ihm ja selbst der Tod, ob auch die Herbste Todesqual die Brust dort wiete. Wonne voll, Wonne, Wonne
A winning performance there with a lieder composed by Brahms. And didn't John's introduction make that sound so beautifully romantic? Class winning performance there. And I hope we'll be hearing John singing later during the week, as indeed I hope Terry will be singing too. I think he's possibly singing in competition tonight. I saw him going into the villa earlier on. Right, now, let's look at what some of the young people have been doing. I mentioned last night, just very briefly, that Lucy Morris, who goes to the Sing Up school, that she had 90 marks to win her class for the girls' solo for ages 6 to 7. So they are some of the youngest competitors in the Guild. And the choice was My Favourite Things from The Sound of Music. And the adjudicator was the lovely, sympathetic and encouraging Robert Marsh. And I'll show you just how understanding he was in just a moment. Now, the thing that worries me about our very, very small young singers is that if I were recording them, in an ideal world, I would go and position microphones in a certain place and just dedicate myself to recording each person one by one. But of course, we can't do that. We have to be as discreet as we possibly can and not go anywhere near the stage. And so there are limitations with very small voices, as is the case with Lucy. But I just want you to, I think there's enough here for you to hear what a great talent this young lady has. And of course, we'll have an opportunity to hear her again, because by winning her solo voice class, Lucy has earned herself a place in the Sheffield Plate Final on Friday night. And of course, I always play on my Sunday night programme. I always play all the contenders for the Sheffield Plate. So I'll be recording her in a different environment and playing that again for you Sunday night. But I think this will give you enough of an indication of how beautifully Lucy sang to get 90 marks and win the class. Here's Lucy Morris.
Raindrops and roses and whiskies and kittens, bright copper kettles and wool and mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favourite things. Cream-coloured ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells with schnitzel with noodles, violins that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favourite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favourite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favourite thing, and then I don't feel so
What about that for a note at the end? Wasn't that great? A little singer like that to be able to hold that strong note. That was Lucy Morris. Now, adjudicator Robert Marsh knows that it can be quite daunting for a young singer to get up on the stage, perhaps taking part in a competition for the first time, that it can all be a little bit scary and sometimes you don't always give your best performance. And so he got the whole class together and he got them all to sing the song together. And here is the massed choir of class JS4, the girls' solo. They're all singing together. The accompanist is Graham Kirkland.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favourite things. Green-coloured ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favourite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favourite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favourite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
We have noticed this year that the adjudicators have been doing that more frequently with the young singers, and there'll be some more massed choirs for me to include in the broadcasts as we go through the week. So there we are. We've got Isaac Kreisky. He sang for us last night. He's got a place in the Sheffield Plate, and so has Lucy Morris. And we know 3 other young people who've earned their places today. I'll tell you about those in a few moments. But I think next we'll have a lovely duet, something else from last night in the Royal Hall.
Manx Radio's coverage of the Manx Music Festival is brought to you by Spectrum Windows. Find them on Facebook, spectrumwindows.im or spectrumwarmroofs.im.
And now we've got some lovely music from Mother and Daughter, from Angela and Hazel Stewart. This is a 17th century lullaby. It's a class-winning performance.
Golden slumbers kiss your eyes, smiles awake you when you rise. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby, 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 lullaby. Care you know not never sleep, while I o'er you watch to keep. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby, 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 lullaby.
Winners of the Ladies' Voice Duet. That was Angela Stewart and her daughter Hazel. And they will be singing again at the end of the week, because it's the winners of the different duet classes, male voice, mixed voice, ladies' voice duet, who will be competing together, or rather, I should say, will be competing against each other for the Belawn Rose Bowl at the end of the week. So we'll be hearing that again. But wasn't that beautiful? Really lovely. Somebody was telling me about one of the dance classes that unfortunately I didn't see. I wasn't in the Royal Hall at the time on Sunday. We were talking about what a pity that, because the dancing is so popular now, that's such a popular day, the Sunday that's given over to dancing, or rather the morning and most of the afternoon is given over to dancing in the Royal Hall. And one was a duet dance, and it was a mother and daughter. and they were dancing to the ABBA song Slipping Through My Fingers, which of course is all about a mother having to let go of her daughter as a daughter grows up and wants to be independent. And it was a mother and daughter dancing to that music and interpreting the words of it, of the girl going and then coming back. And the person who was telling me about it said it was absolutely beautiful, great choice and beautifully interpreted. You know, this is what the Guild is like, full of little gems, unexpected moments, and this is why it is such a great entertainment. If you can get down to the Villa, we'd love to see you. But if you can't, stay with us here on Manx Radio and we will bring you as much of the Guild as we possibly can. Right, let's go to the Dhoon School next and listen to some instrumental music. Now, of course, with Sue Jakes there and the able support from others on the staff, great music tradition there at the Dhoon. They've got a lovely choir and great instrumentalists. And we're going to listen to the instrumentalists now from the Dhoon School. This again was a class-winning performance and it was in the Royal Hall this morning. The Dhoon School, Three Little Boats. That was a class-winning performance from the Dhoon School and Three Little Boats. They did very well today. They won 2 classes. They started off the morning with music making for up to Year 6, that's 11-year-olds, and they took first prize there with 89 marks and 88 marks for that you've just heard. They won the instrumental small ensemble class for primary school age children, and they had 88 marks for that piece of music that you just listened to. Now, in the instrumental ensemble class that followed that, it was a first place for Laxey Handbells. Now, they work very hard. They're under the inspired leadership of Reverend Joe Dudley from Christchurch in Laxey. In fact, that's mostly where they practice. And they practice every week, and it all paid off because they won the class with 88 marks. But if you've ever fancied trying handbell ringing, that would be a great group to join. You would be made very, very welcome. So if you get in touch with Reverend Joe Dudley, new bell ringers always welcome. So well done to Laxey Handbells. Instrumental ensemble class that followed it, and this is up to 18-year-olds. And again, we had the wonderful Katie Lawrence, had a very interesting group from Ballycottia, and they had not only a good choice of music but a very interesting collection of instruments, and they took a first place there. Well done once again, Katie Lawrence, who is just I love to watch her working with the children. She's so inspirational, she really is, and the children obviously love working with her. She gets the best from them, whatever it is that they're doing. So there we are, another success for Ballycottia. And of course, don't forget that later in the week, we'll have all the school choirs in. So Katie will be having a very, very busy time, as will all the other teachers bringing their choirs in. And we will just be able to enjoy the music. And we've got that to look forward to later in the week. Always good to have something to look forward to, isn't it? Instrumental Small Ensemble followed, and I thought this was very funny. I was looking at the names of the groups taking part in this small ensemble class, and I saw one that says Manx Noises. I wondered if perhaps it was a misprint, but no, it's Manx Noises, which I think is an excellent name for an instrumental group. They took the first place, and we've got a little bit of music for them for you to listen to a bit later on. Do you know, I am spoilt for choice for what to play for you because there is so much good music that I want to share. But I want to go back to the folk song class now, because that was on the stage of the Royal Hall. Well, in fact, on a small stage in the Royal Hall, because in order to keep that kind of intimate atmosphere that folk music really requires, they'd put a lower stage down in front of the big long trestle tables where all the trophies are kept. And they put another stage down so that the singers were more in amongst the audience rather than being away up on the stage, which I thought was a really great idea. And it seemed to work. I haven't really had a chat with anybody about it, but if quality of singing is anything to go by, then certainly it seemed to suit the competitors. The first place went to Deborah Taubman, who has competed faithfully in this class for a good while. She always brings something different, so it was lovely to see that patience has paid off, and first place goes to Deborah Taubman, and she's going to sing for you now.
Oh, fare thee well, I must be gone, and leave you for a while. Wherever I go, I will return, if I go 10,000 miles. If I go If I go 10,000 miles. Oh, 10,000 miles, it is so far to leave me here alone. Well, I may lie, lament and cry, and you'll not hear my moan. And you know and you'll not hear my moan. Oh, the crow that is so black, my love, will change his colour white. If ever I should prove false to thee, the day will turn to night. Yes, the day, oh, the day, yes, the day will turn to night. Oh, the rivers never will run dry, nor the rocks melt with the sun. I'll never prove false to the boy I love, till all these things be done. Till all these things be done.
Real heartfelt performance there from Deborah Taubman. Now, the competitors in the folk song class may sing unaccompanied if they wish, or have one instrument to accompany them. Deborah had, as you can hear just in the back there, a very gentle classical guitar accompaniment. But sadly, I don't know who was playing. I'm so sorry, and I can't give them due credit for that. But I think it was just so nicely in the background, wasn't it? So congratulations to Deborah Taubman for her class win there in the adult folk song class. Now, how about some music from a brand new class. Now, this was for a duet class for young singers, and it really filled a lovely gap, as you might say, because we've got lots of different kind of duet classes for adult singers, but nothing for 8 to 11-year-olds. Well, we have now. This is duet class. It's the accompanist here is Graham Kirkland once again. It's an own choice class, and so we're going to listen now to the class winners, and the piece that they've chosen to sing is Feed the Birds from Mary Poppins. And just listen to this. I know you are going to love this. As I say, accompanied by Graham Kirkland, class-winning performance from Joshua Mooney and Kendra Metcalfe.
In her own special way, to the people she calls, come buy my bags full of crumbs. Come feed the little birds, your language enemy. Can you be glad if you do? They young ones are hungry, their nests are so bare. All it takes is tuppence from you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. Feed the birds, that's what she cries, while overhead her birds fill the skies. All around the cathedral, the saints and apostles look down as she sells her wares. Although you can't see it, you know they are smiling each time someone shows that he cares. The words are simple and few. Listen, listen, she's calling to you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence
Wasn't that just wonderfully mature singing? I don't know exactly how old Joshua and Kendra are, but they cannot be more than 11 years old, because that's the top age limit for that new duet class for singers aged between 8 and 11. But such maturity. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I think a great future for those two. They're both doing very, very well in the Guild. They've had individual class wins in other disciplines. So they're both of them singing very well, having a very good Guild. Now, how can we follow that? Well, I think we'll have another duet.
Manx Radio's coverage of the Manx Music Festival is brought to you by Spectrum Windows. Find them on Facebook, spectrumwindows.im or spectrumwarmroofs.im.
And for our next duet, we're going again back to the Royal Hall last night. I told you there was such a variety of classes. Male voice duets. Again, this is a class-winning performance, and it is Graham and Nigel Crowe singing for you now. Winners of the male voice duet.
Corpus natum de Maria Virgine. Ere possum immolatum in cruce promine. Cuius latus perforatum fluxit aqua et sanguine. Est ut nobis pregus statum mortis in examine. Ave Verum, corpus natum de Maria Virgine. Ave Verum, Ave Verum, vere possum immolatum in cruce promine. Cuius latus perforatum fluxit aqua et sanguine. Est ut nobis pregus statum mortis in examine. Iesu dulcis, Iesu pie, Filii Mariae. Amen.
Like I always say, I think you can just tell how much an audience is enjoying a performance when there's just that little pause before the applause starts. Winners of the male voice duet class, that was Graham Crowe and Neil Crowe. I'm sorry, did I say Nigel? I do beg your pardon. It was Graham Crowe and Neil Crowe singing Karl Jenkins' setting of the Ave Verum, and their accompanist was Mary Frankwick. Now, we got the competition for the Belawn Rose Bowl at the end of the week. That's the winner of the male voice duet class and the ladies voice duet class. Well, we heard them a little earlier. Their mother and daughter, Hazel and Angela Stewart. Now, the mixed voice duet, the winners of the mixed voice duet class will be the ones who will then go forward to make up the three couples who will compete for the Belawn Rose Bowl. And we're going to listen to their performance now. The first place in the mixed voice duet class went to two people who again have a big singing career as solo singers, Karen Elliott, who has a Cleveland medal or two to her credit, hasn't she, I think, and Matthew Quinn. And here they are to sing for you now. Again, their accompanist is Mary Frankwick.
You is must laugh and sing and dance for two instead of one. Want no wrinkle on your brow, no how, because the sorrow of the past is all done. Oh, Bess, my best, a real happiness is just begun.
Oh, yes, you're woman now. I is, and I ain't never going nowhere lest you shares define. There's no wrinkle on my brow, no, but I'm going. You hear me saying, if you ain't going, with you I'm staying. Oh, is your woman now, is yours forever. Morning time and evening time and summertime and winter time.
Morning time and evening time and summertime and winter time. Bess, you got your man. Bess is my woman now and forever. This life is just begun. Yes, this love is one now and forever. Yes, don't be those women. You got your Porgy, you love your Porgy. I know you means it. I see it in your eyes first. We go swinging through the years are swinging.
Morning time and evening time and summertime and winter time.
Summertime and winter time and winter time and winter time. From this minute I'm telling you, I keep this vow, my Betsy, please happy now. Please one now.
From Porgy and Bess, Gershwin's Porgy and Bess, that was Bess, You Is My Woman Now. Karen Elliott and Matthew Quinn, and that was a class-winning performance in the mixed voice duet. Right, let's catch up on a few more piano results because there were lots of piano classes in the Royal Hall on Monday. Yesterday, goodness me, it just, like I say, it's a different time zone around the Villa Marina when it's Guild Week. So Amy Block did brilliantly in the piano class for playing from memory. This is up to age 15-year-olds. And Amy was a class winner with 90 marks. Well done, Amy. That's excellent. Well done, Amy. And then the piano solo for piano grades 7 and 8. I was mentioning last night that the classes now, a lot of them are linked to the grade that a pianist is working to, not their age. So we could have adults and young players competing together if they're all playing for the same grade. So the piano solo class for grades 7 and 8, that was Anna Radcliffe, who was first with 87 marks. And in the piano duet class, and this is for young players, this is for up to 11-year-olds, from 6 to 11-year-olds. It was Arlo Fair and Isaac Borden. They had a win in that class. In the piano duet class for up to year 8, that would be 11-year-olds, wouldn't it? Would it? Yeah, yes. No, 13-year-olds. There was one or two people who were just in the wrong classes here, and but the way that it all worked out was that Ailish and Kitty Ayres were the winners of that duet class, and then for the next class, which is for up to 15-year-olds, it was a win for Emma DeFord and Lisa Martin in that class. Emma DeFort and Lisa Martin winning the up to 15-year-olds. And Ailish and Kitty, although they were listed in the wrong class, competed in the one below that, and they too were class winners. So congratulations to you all. Now, we're going once again back to the Royal Hall last night for some more music. And again, this was a group with the name, very imaginative name, Only Sisters Aloud. They bent the rules a little bit because some of them in the group are sisters and the rest of them are family members. But I think they've got a really, really interesting sound here. What If I Never Speed was the piece that they've chosen. There are 3 members, 3 Stewarts, and Jacqueline Yates. And the lovely thing about Jacqueline joining in is she's the guild secretary, but she loves competing. So this is 3 of the Stewart family and Jacqueline Yates. All together they call themselves Only Sisters Aloud.
What if I never speak? Shall I straight yield to despair? And still the sorrow feed that can no loss repair? Or shall I change my love? For I find part to depart, and in my reason prove I can command my heart. But if she will pity my desire, and my love requite, they never shall she live. Come, while I have a heart to desire thee. Come, for either I will love or admire thee. Oft have I dreamed of joy, yet I never felt her sweet. But tired with annoy, my griefs each other greet. Oft have I left my home, as a wretch by fate forlorn. But love aims at one scope, and lost will still return. Even that with loves with a true desire, never can they depart. For Cupid is the king. Come, while I have a heart to desire thee. Come, for either I will love or admire thee.
I think that had a lovely kind of medieval sound to it, didn't it? Only Sisters Aloud. And now a little bit of music that I didn't get a chance to play over the weekend. And from the folk song class for young singers, this is up to 18-year-olds, from 14 to 18-year-olds. And this, we listened to Jasmine Colligan, who took first place. And this, who's close behind her, is Erin Loach singing for you now. Second placed in the folk song class up to 18-year-olds, 15 to 18-year-olds.
It's of a fair maiden who walked all alone. She walked all alone on the captain who sailed a fine ship. The weather was pleasant and clear. Oh, I shall die, this young captain did cry. If I can't have that maid on the shore, if I can't have that maid on the shore. This captain had silver, this captain had gold, this captain had fine costly ware, oh, and these would he give to this pretty fair maid, if she'd please take a sail from the shore, if she'd please take a sail from the shore. I'll sing you a song, this young maiden did cry. The captain was weeping with joy, oh, she sang them so sweetly, so neat and completely, sang sailors and captain to sleep, oh, sang sailors and captain to sleep. Now she's robbed them of silver, she's robbed them of gold, she's robbed them of fine costly ware, oh, the captain's broadsword she has used as an oar, and she's rowed herself back to the shore, she's rowed herself back to the shore.
The Maid on the Shore there from Erin Loach in the folk song class for young singers.
Manx Radio's coverage of the Manx Music Festival is brought to you by Spectrum Windows. Find them on Facebook, spectrumwindows.im or spectrumwarmroofs.im.
We're going to play out with, as I promised you, some beautiful piano playing from class-winning Jack McLean. From me, Judith at the Guild, good night. Evi.